What's good, y'all? It's your man ES the Hermit Star back again with another video. My first reading for the sign of Gemini. Gems, what's happening, y'all? So, if you have Gemini in your sun, moon, or rising sign, or if you just want to watch the video and support your mans, thanks for watching. But this reading is for you, Gemini. So, shout out to y'all because y'all have a couple of great musicians in your sign. I'm not sure if y'all are aware of who Princess Nokia is, but she's really dope. She also has a song. She's a Gemini, by the way. I'm naming a few Gemini. She's a Gemini. She has a song called Gemini. It's one of my favorite songs by her. I'm not a Gemini. I'm a Virgo. Virgo Sun, Taurus Moon, and Aquarius Rising. All right, those are my signs. But I've got a lot of love for how free and artistic Geminis are. I fuck with y'all like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna get these cards together. Don't worry, I'm gonna get it together. But Princess Nokia is a Gemini. Maybe some of y'all didn't know. Let me move this back a little bit. But maybe some of y'all have known or don't know. But Tupac is a Gemini. And you know what I'm saying? Like, Tupac is one of just my favorite, not just artists of all time, but just favorite people of all time. So shout out to Tupac. And Andre 3000, one half of Outkast. These names might not be familiar to y'all. I mean, Princess Nokia is the youngest name out of all the names I just named. But those are just three celebrity Geminis that I think that are, great artistically, but just dope people individual. I've never met any of them. I mean, I'm pretty old, but I'm not old enough to have met Tupac, unfortunately. Never been one of those people that was lucky enough to run into Andre 3000 just, walking down the street or whatever. Not yet, at least. And I've never met Princess Nokia. But that ain't stopping me from loving y'all, you know what I'm saying? And giving y'all this reading. So I'm gonna do at least 3 cards, but let's see what spirit is saying for y'all. All right, let me get one more card. You know what I'm saying? I usually go for jumpers. That's my thing. What jumps out at me. That's just how I do my thing over here. But this is your end of the retrograde, or last week of August, really, reading. So yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is, I guess, the moment where I should my bad, promote myself and all that. Again, new here. I'm not new to reading. I mean, I am kind of new to reading and stuff. New to doing it on YouTube, but I've been doing this for a few months now. So have patience with me, and I can't wait to go on this journey with y'all. So I'm just gonna stop right there and just take this. So the first card we have is the Six of Wands: recognition, triumph, and validation. All right, let me make sure y'all see it. So this is the first card of the reading, and we are in a retrograde. I understand that, but understand that retrogrades is pretty much how you look at them. You could look at them as all bad. You could look at them as all good. For Geminis, and this is a general reading, take it if it resonates, of course, but it seems as though toward the end of this retrograde, or toward the end of August, there's some triumph happening in your life. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's some validation. You're going to get recognized for something. Whatever that thing is, and I'm not going to say you're going to be an overnight celebrity. You might end up being, as big as Tupac. Who knows? You might end up being like, have a good enough status, like or big enough status like a Princess Nokia, or you just, are someone that is, recognized for whatever you do, whatever it is. Like, with me personally, my personal thoughts on fame, it's this. Obviously we look at these things. We look at, how famous an individual is, and some of us, not everybody, but some of us look at that and when, like, we would like to have that. We would like to have that status because of what it looks like on the outside they have. It looks like they have all the money. It looks like they have all the freedom and happiness and everything. But fame is just like a lot of things. Honestly, it's like really up to you to decide what you would consider famous. Like we can go, you can be someone that's like, I'm okay with just the 10,000 followers that I have, whatever, if that's something that you want, or I'm okay with just getting recognized by X amount, whatever it is. What you again take it as it resonates and apply to your life, if so. But that's just what it is right there with that card. It's not like or at least I don't think that you should view it the same way, like in a general sense, even though this is a general reading for the last week, but you don't have to view fame in the general sense of what society says fame is. If you poll 10 people, ask 10 random people on the street, what does the word fame, or what does fame look like? You might get 10 different answers. That's a possibility, of course, but I feel as though the majority of folks, and I could be wrong, but the majority of folks are just going to give you the cookie cutter example of, someone who is of a status of a Beyonce or even a Tupac. You know what I'm saying? Someone who is world renowned, beloved by the entire world. Whereas with you, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't really necessarily have to be that. I mean, it'd be great. It'd be really dope if one of y'all ended up being that and you're like, oh my God, I watched this channel over here, this YouTube channel, and he said that I was going to do that. Watch ES the Hermit Star. He said this. That'd be really dope. And I'd be really like proud and all that stuff. But I mean, it could be simply you being recognized for anything that you do. And that's going to come with some triumph. You know what I'm saying? There's a win attached to that. So that's the first card in your reading. We do have the sun in reverse, which is in the middle. Okay, so we are in a retrograde. So we understand that, some things are not going to always go the way that we may want to. Hopefully, okay, I think private parts are covered. I had an issue with that my last reading. Hopefully, I didn't even upload it yet, to be honest with you. But I don't know if YouTube's going to trip. But private parts are covered. This is a boy on a horse. Nonetheless, with the sun in reverse, that comes with pessimism and undoomed confidence, and pretty much a lack of confidence. But also conceitedness. And I want y'all to know there's a difference. Yes, with this triumph, that's great. We always feel good when there's some wins coming in. But right after that card, again, you just saw the sun in reverse. You don't want to take that high vibe and that high. You don't want to take this win and be cocky with it. Don't get cocky. We are still in it. We're at the end of the retrograde by the time you might be viewing this, or it's way past the retrograde, or it might be in another retrograde. Whenever you view this video, you know what I'm saying? But don't get cocky. Do not get cocky, because everything that what Spirit is saying here is everything that, I can take away this win like crazy. I can turn your sun upside down. So be humble. When you get this victory, be humble. If you get that fame that, is, that recognition, be humble about it. Because if you're not humble about it, I can turn your sun upside down. And that's what Spirit is saying. I don't have the power to do so. And if I did, I don't think I have the heart to do so. But Spirit is Spirit. You know how cold-hearted Spirit can be. You know how great Spirit can be. Spirit doesn't give a damn about how our feelings are. Because the human inside me will care. But I am just going to advise that you be humble with that triumph that you got. That recognition. That you be humble. Okay? Don't be pessimistic and be like, oh, I suck. I don't know. I suck. I don't deserve this recognition. I don't deserve this win. Don't do that. But also don't go in the complete far other direction where you are just pretty much being an a-hole to folk. and just not being humble when you have gained a win. Because again, we are in retrograde season, even though it's toward the end. A lot of people are taking L's right now. You might be one of the very few people within your life, or perceived L's. Let me put it that way. A lot of people are taking hits right now that they're not necessarily perceiving as wins. You, from what this reading is saying, are going to be one of the people that avoids that. But you can be one of those individuals that takes a hit if you don't check if you don't pretty much check how you are, check your sun, as in check your attitude. Meaning, if you're not going to be humble about the win that you've been blessed with, because let's be clear, you've been blessed with it, you know what I'm saying, during this time. If you're not going to be humble about it, again, you're just going to be another person that ends up taking a hit. And then the last card we have here, we have the Three of Pentacles. This is about learning, working with other peoples, and devoting to progress or a cause. So again, pair that with the first card that you got, once again being the Six of Wands. There's going to be a win here. You know, there's something that you do. I don't know who you are. You know who you are. So you know exactly what it is. But there is something that you do that is going to bring in some recognition. And again, as I said it before, it is going to bring in some great, big, bright feelings. And by the way, I feel as though I have to clarify this. Just because you might get a reversed card in your reading, with me personally, I think that sure, do we like reverse cards? I do my own personal readings every morning. All I got was reverse cards. I got 5 cards that were all reversed, but in reverse. So we just put it that way. But you know, with that being said, I think that if you change your mindset, or if you're cognizant of the energy being there, present in the first place, that will, you know, how can I say this? Be happy that the energy is here. You know what I'm saying? Yes, the sun in reverse, that many people might not want this. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's going to want pessimism and conceitedness and undue confidence. You know, nobody wants that. But people want this, upright sun. And what I'm saying here is, just because it may have come out like this, the sun energy is still here. The sun was turned upside down for a reason, but the sun is still present within your reading. Therefore, you can reverse that energy. But the same thing goes for the upright energies here. You know, just because they're like this, you can make a decision. I'll turn them this way. You know what I'm saying? This is the complete opposite of what I just said. This is not about teamwork. There's going to be conflict if you are teaming up with people. But this is positive teamwork, learning, collaborating, all that good stuff. Again, upright, this is, you know, recognition, triumphant wins and stuff. The opposite, this is about failure. Essentially, like you epic fail. You know, not an epic fail, but it's a failure nonetheless. But that's not how it showed up, so I'm going to put it back the way that it showed up. Bam! Slam it on the table. But all in all, I think that what Spirit is telling you here in this reading, Gemini, is that at the end of the month, there's going to be something that there's a win happening. And you are going to be recognized for that, and people are going to want to come together with you. Whether this thing is already a teamwork with that you do, or that you do with others, or you do solo. There are going to be people to approach you, and they're going to want to work together. And if you move again in this Three of Pentacles energy, then you are going to be able to work with those folks, learn from them even, which means more wins in the future, and you know, more progress is going to happen, you know. But if you move in the sun reversed energy, um, again, if you're too cocky, you're like, oh, I'm too good for you. I don't want to work with you. What can I learn from you? What can I gain from working with you? You know, or if people are, trying to, sing your praises and you let that stuff go to your head, like, oh yeah, I know I'm the shit. I know I'm this. I'm that. Your sun is going to be turned upside down. So get that in check. You know what I'm saying? If you are the individual who can take, because there's a lot of people out there, you know what I'm saying, that can't take criticism. But I think one of the underrated things about the opposite of that is there's a lot of folks who can't take compliments. There's a lot of folks, you compliment them on their hair and they now get to thinking that they're better than everybody. You know what I'm saying? You can say, hey, I like the way that you tie your shoe. And they take that compliment and they run with it. Now, I'm not saying don't feel good about compliments and stuff. You should be able to feel good about compliments, or even at the end of the day yourself when you wake up in the morning and this, that, and the third. I'm not saying that we always do, but you should, for the most part. Most of your self-esteem should come from where? Self. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying that it's you shouldn't get it from other people, but don't let that be a reason as to why you are raining on other people's parades. Because the sun might be shining right now for you, but if you don't get that attitude in check, if you don't get that humble, grateful side of you in check, aspect of you in check, your sun will be turned upside down. I don't know about science, but I have a feeling that if the sun were to somehow get turned upside down, even though it's round, so it's probably going to look the same, I don't think that's going to be safe for the world. I don't know science. This is not scientific advice. This is not a scientist speaking. This is just a spirit having a human experience and trying to help those willing to listen. But that is the reading that I have for you. Gemini, my gems, what's happening? All right, thanks for tuning in to the reading. Before I go, I do have a few disclaimers. Number one, if there's somebody reaching out to you claiming to be me, they're not me. I do not reach out to you asking for personal readings or anything of that nature. If a personal reading is something that you want more so of, please hit up the link in the description box below. Contact me or email me. My personal email, yes, my actual personal one I check daily, will be down there as well. Make sure, because I'm pretty sure there are going to be scammers out there who try to impersonate the personal email. Make sure you are looking at the actual name, everything, and that it is me. Heck, even if you want to email me and you ask me for proof that it is me, I can provide that for you easily. But I do not personally reach out to you. That's what it is. I do not reach out to you. Even if the scammers take that part of my videos and then put it on their shit and act like, no. Let's be smart. Let's practice discernment. I do not reach out to you. Neither do the other readers as well. That's number one. Number two, other disclaimer. Once again, if you've got anything of value from this, whether you are a Gemini, sun, moon, or rising, or you just happen to stumble across this video and channel, I encourage you to subscribe. It's free. It helps out the channel. Please share, please like, and comment down below as well. If you know any celebrity musicians, whatever, celebrities or musicians, or just people in your life other than yourself, and they hold some type of value to you, let me know in the comment section below. We can have a conversation. You know what I'm saying? I read all the comments, and yeah, so there's that. But until next time, until next video, you see me when you see me. Peace out.